This one's sandstone. My dad and me found it at the beach near our house.
It's beautiful. So which one of these is your all-time favorite?
This one. It's called obsidian. It's from a volcano.
Wow, a volcano.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you know so much about these?
I don't know. I like them. And since my name's Stone, I should probably know about them.
Stones.
Yeah, because otherwise that would be stupid. Like, being named Stone and not even knowing anything about them.
True. I have to tell you, though, my name's Robin, and I don't know anything about robins.
That's okay. You're not stupid.
Thank you. Oh, I like this one. This one's
No! They're all messed up.
Is something wrong? I'm sorry. It's okay, sweetie. I can put it back. I should have asked first. Stone?
How about that apartment down by the docks?
Oh, sure. Let me just pack my bulletproof vest and I'm all over it. Are you insane? How will people get killed in that neighborhood?
It's totally up and coming.
It's totally mob adjacent. I like the one on Spring Street.
No can do. It's only got one bathroom.
So,
I've lived with girls before. You'll be locked in there all night plucking eyebrows and monopolizing counter space with cotton balls and moisturizing creams. And...
Okay, no one has more moisturizing cream than a gay man.
Which is why I need my own bathroom. Heads up, drunk boy, 6 o'clock.
How do I look?
I thought you were into him.
I'm not, but have you seen the sober buddy?
Dr. Hensel, to surgery, please. Dr. Hensel.
Yeah, so I hear they need volunteers at the 5th floor chapel. Maybe you can squeeze in a shift when you're not honing in on my patients.
If this is about Mrs. Hopkins, I was just trying to alleviate a tense situation.
Thou shalt not steal. That's the 5th commandment, right? I assume it applies to other doctors' patients, no?
That woman deserves a doctor who respects her faith.
I respect your faith. I don't need to preach it.
Research has shown that prayer can reduce blood pressure, increase immunity.
Mrs. Hopkins has irritable bowel syndrome. What she needs is a prescription of lubiprostone, not false hope and a group hug.
There are plenty of herbal remedies for IBS.
Right. I'm sorry. I'm not a witch doctor.
Well, why don't we give her the options and let her decide?
You can have her.
Come on. Scared you'll lose? Scared she'll side with the witch doctor instead of the godless pill-pushing heathen?
You know what? You're on.
I welcome the opportunity.
I'm glad we finally agree on something.
Oh, and stealing? It's the 8th commandment.
I knew that.
Hey,
Hey.
everything okay with Stone?
Yeah, why?
Oh, good. No, never mind.
Look, I put in a call to a friend of mine in Shanghai, and he did find that agency.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you. Okay, so I will need them to fax me a copy of Kayla's records. Do you have the new phone number?
Well, actually, that agency is not in business anymore.
How come?
It was shut down 2 years ago. Part of a sting operation on human trafficking.
Wait a second. You're not saying...
Look, that little girl, she was smuggled illegally into this country.
You're watching Night Shift on Soapnet.
Your contact, he sure it's the same adoption agency?
My friend led the investigation. That agency was able to smuggle hundreds of babies out of China.
Why do parents adopt children from a place like that?
Those people have no idea what they're getting themselves into, you know.
So what happens when the FBI shuts them down?
Well, we try to contact the families in the States. The phony agencies don't keep the best records, you know.
And if you are able to locate them?
The child has to be returned to the home country, and then we try to track down their biological parents.
Can't imagine that's easy to do.
Well, the child has to stay in foster care until they do.
You didn't tell your contact about Kayla, did you?
Not yet.
Listen, she could die without the right medical care. Just please don't tell anyone about this.
Look, Robin, I should have reported it already.
What if it were Stone? Would you want him halfway across the world, sick and alone?
Of course not. Michaela's parents deserve to know the truth.
And I'll tell them. Okay? I just need a little bit of time.
I can't give you much.
Have you tried Aloha? Sunny salutation? Aloha?
You're good at this. My Gerald, he doesn't let anyone near his puzzle. Always does it in ink, too, to show off.
Good evening, Mrs. Hopkins.
Found Jesus, have we?
I asked Dr. Julian to join me so we could present you with all your options for treatment.
Mrs. Hopkins' colonoscopy showed no signs of abnormality, which rules out colon cancer, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease.
So what do I have?
We believe you have irritable bowel syndrome.
But the good news is I can write you a prescription and you will be firing on all cylinders in no time.
Or you can choose to take a more holistic approach. Peppermint oil has been shown to be highly effective in relaxing the intestinal muscles.
When it's not causing heart problems and kidney failure.
What Dr. Julian means to say is that herbal remedies, like any prescription drug, can be harmful when taken in excessive doses.
If Dr. Botcher read the clinical trials, she'd be able to tell you that lubiprostone has a 71% success rate.
Both probiotics and partially hydrolyzed guar gum can be just as effective.
Partially hydrolyzed guar gum,
You can
really?
also cut out certain trigger foods from your diet.
And risk malnutrition and die.
Quiet! The two of you are enough to irritate anyone's bowels.
But Mrs. Hopkins, all
No. I think I've heard enough of your bickering. Both of you out.
Wait, I need to talk to you.
I'm listening.
It's not that kind of talk.
It never is.
You know the little girl, Kayla?
Yeah?
She was smuggled into the country.
What?
I know, right? I have no idea what to do. I mean, she's in desperate need of a bone marrow transplant. And if she goes back to China, that's never going to happen.
Did her parents know she was smuggled?
I don't know. Probably not. Jagger says that the parents usually have no idea.
Robert Jagger, why does Jagger know about this?
Because he checked in on the agency for me.
Do you realize what kind of liability this could be for the hospital?
Don't worry. He's not going to say anything until I decide what to do.
Well, there's nothing to decide. We have to go to the authorities.
And risk her dying while everyone sorts through the diplomatic red tape? I mean, isn't our responsibility to save her life?
Of course it's our responsibility, but not if we break the law. If the authorities find out that we knowingly withheld information, that's a huge problem for this hospital.
Wait a second. I wasn't coming to you as my boss. I was coming to you as my boyfriend because I'm confused and I don't know what to do.
Robert, that's not fair. You can't tell me something this huge and expect me not to say anything.
Yeah, I can. Because you're my boyfriend.
And I'm also your boss.
Can you believe he pulled rank on me? He is so getting laid tonight. Ever since he got this new job as chief, I swear. I mean, on the one hand, I do want to keep Kayla with her parents, but on the other hand, I can't help but wonder if her birth parents are looking for her. It's just that Patrick makes it seem so cut and dry when it is so not. It really sucks having your boyfriend as your boss.
Well, at least you have a boyfriend.
Wasn't there a computer geek or something?
Software engineer. Yeah, he went back to India to have an arranged marriage.
Oh.
And then invited me along on the honeymoon.
Hey, what's the deal with Leo Julian? Oh, he's a dog. Really, his ego is the size of Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, but I get the feeling that may all just be an act. Somebody has a crush. And that, my friend, is how rumors get started.
Cyrus got a crush.
I do not.
You love him. You love him, don't you? Ow! Ow! Okay,
Say it
Uncle,
again.
Uncle.
Just breathe.